Waist level, you set your wrist just a little more, letting the spring release and forcing your right elbow towards your left elbow. Remember, we're looking for a wide arc, not a narrow arc. Even though we're setting gently, the arc is still wide. At the top of the backswing, the shaft will be pointing directly down the line to the target. Get back to the posture, squeeze down and compress the spring. Waggle your toes, make sure you're alive. Nice and soft, please. Waggle your toes, squeeze down. Let's go back to waist level, setting the wrist gently. Very good idea to do this in slow motion. Take about 3 or 4 seconds on the backswing to really feel the control that you're getting. Setting the wrist gently, remember the shaft through the tips of your shoes. The wrists are set gently, the leading edge is plumb to the ground. Let's carry on, big rotation of the shoulders, turning, releasing the spring as you go back. Right elbow down towards the left elbow, but not against the body. Please don't fall to that gimmick of putting a handkerchief under your right arm. That's going to cause a terrible flat backswing. The shoulders turned, it's pointing to the ball. Stretch, bounce into your right knee. Feel that balance. Your weight is back on your right heel, you rotate it. And feel yourself coiling up. Remember coil tension. This is one of the key essence in power. Rotation power. The weight has gone to that right heel. Now let's talk about the start of the downswing. Never rush your arms on the downswing. So it's a smooth transition. When you get to the top, remember the pendulum feel. Change direction at exactly the same pace. This is very important. The natural instincts that we have are really to hit too soon, to hit from the top. So to eliminate that problem, feel that it's a soft change in direction. The transition is soft, described as a pendulum feel. So your left arm freewheels on the way down with your body rotating hard. Start the downward swing by compressing the spring and forcing that left arm close to your body. The sensation is that by compressing the spring on the way down, you'll feel the angle of attack way on the inside with the shaft again at waist level on the downswing, parallel to the tips of your shoes. The leading edge of the club face again is plumb to the ground. As you start the downswing, feel yourself compressing the spring again. That will force the left arm close to your body on the way down. You're delaying your right wrist and pulling down with the left side. Remember, the pulling force is the secret. You're pulling down with that left arm. Your body is rotating. Your weight is going to the left heel. Dagger, point the handle of the club to the ball, an imaginary ball down there. 3, 4, 5, 6 times, backwards and forwards, waist level down, back and forth. This will really create the late hit, the power that is required. Force the spring back, you will swing underarm. Remember, the secret of the name of this game is underarm, not overarm. Don't try and bring the club on the inside with the right elbow. That will cause the dreaded right elbow layoff, very common and have been a demise of many a great player. When you lay off with the right elbow, the shaft gets behind you and the tendency will be either to block out, hit it to the right, or try and recover and work over the top. Let's try this once more from the top of the backswing. The spring is soft. We're starting the downswing. Force the spring close. Compress it. Feel it tightening. Forcing your left arm close. Lock the back of your right wrist. Feel your right knee going down. It stays flexed. Your left knee is moving down the line, down the target line, and then going to the left. Both heels are on the ground. Don't throw the right knee into the shot too soon. A common fault. Hold the right knee as long as you can. Work on this daggering exercise. It's a wonderful feeling. Dagger. Force the spring close. Left arm on the inside all the time. You have to keep that left arm close to the chest. Now let's talk about the sensations that impact and through the ball. The let's get back to the top of the backswing. Come down into the red zone where the hands are now delayed. And now let's talk about what happens when you hit the golf ball. The most common fault in my 45 years of experience in teaching is the fact that one wants to throw the club head at the ball, creating a wrist roll. Instincts are making you throw the club head at the ball, and you don't want to do that at all. Please keep the club head away from the ball by locking your right wrist, keeping the right wrist locked and rotating your hips and shoulders in one piece from impact and through the shot, not allowing the club head to pass your hands. The fingers of your right hand never pass the heel pad. So that means the club face angles never change. Your wrist angles never change. So what I want you to do is just go back from knee high to knee high, feeling the right wrist locked, but rotating your body. Not only do you rotate your body, but make sure the right shoulder rotates as well. Everything goes through in one piece. Remember that the wrist sets, because one of the key accelerators is to hit through the ball and not decelerate, but to accelerate through the ball. And that left elbow folding down and the wrist setting creates that acceleration for power. The power release is with the left arm. As you follow through, you rotate your left arm down, you rotate through the shot, and finish with your hands high enough so that the shaft is above your head. This is very important. The elbows are equidistant, the left elbow is towards the right. Remember, on the backswing, you force your right elbow towards the left, and on the follow through, you force your left elbow towards the right elbow. Don't use the strap. This will create tension, inhibit your swing, and the swing will be very, very narrow. Let's work on the follow through. We're going to work from waist level to waist level, taking up the correct stance and posture. Squeeze and compress the spring. Go back to waist level. Make sure all the angles are correct that we talked about, and follow through to waist level. Now your waist level check is that the handle of the shaft points to your belly button. And please remember, when you go through, allow the spring to release. You must allow the spring to release, and then follow through with your hands high, elbows equidistant, weight is on the left heel, and pose for the camera. Remember, posing for the camera teaches you to balance. This is very important. A good balance is a good golf swing. Ground control, you have to have good balance. One of the key power moves is folding the left elbow down into a move that I call hitching a ride. So in the follow through, feel yourself hitching a ride, right elbow down, letting the wrist set, but the angles do not change. So the club face never opens and never closes. Believe me, with all these drills behind you and you keep practicing, by the time you get out on that practice tee, you're going to hit the ball so much better. And may I wish you all the very best, and keep working with this machine, and we'll see you soon.